Hello! Welcome to a new vlog. Welcome to Wednesday. It's Wednesday, April 7th. It is a beautiful day by the looks of it, but by the feel of it, it's not even noon and it's already 83 degrees. It is going to be a little bit cooler today. I think it's only supposed to get up to 90, but yeah, summer's here. I just keep trying to tell myself and just make myself accept that summer is here. It is what it is. Just have to deal with it. I have my coffee, which is getting a little cold, I think. And I have just been doing a lot of grading, got through all of the proposal rough drafts, but I have proposal outlines for my online class, and I think I've got something for my B session class. I'm not sure what. So I've got more grading to do. I also have a department meeting today. I'm about to call Tamsin. We're going to have, hopefully, not that I don't love talking to Tamsin, I do, but I have a lot of work to do. So it's going to hopefully be a short call, but I need to, which is why I'm calling her, one of the reasons why I'm calling her before my department meeting, is that will give us kind of a time limit, but also because after the department meeting would be getting too late for her with the time difference. So we're going to have a quick call. I need to show her the formatting in Vellum and how things are looking, and I need to show her the current mock-up of the ebook cover. And then assuming everything, well, not assuming, we will get everything kind of sorted and approved, and then I can save or generate a file, both a Kindle file, Mobi file, and a PDF print file. And I can send those to her, and then we'll proofread. We're getting really close. Of course, it's still going to be a little bit of time because, as you've probably seen, as I've probably mentioned with Across the Pond, I like getting everything uploaded to Kindle well ahead of when I intend to release, so that there is plenty of time to order the proof copy, wait for that to be sent, and then check everything. And because of Tamsin being overseas, I want to make sure that we have extra time so that we then have time to schedule a FaceTime call to look at the proof copy together and make sure that everything does look right and discuss things and just, yeah. So working backwards and trying to leave us plenty of time ahead of when we want to reveal things. But we are getting close to being able to reveal more information about that release, which is really exciting. I did edit one chapter of Independent Hearts while I had my breakfast this morning, and I ended up doing an extra chapter yesterday. I did 4 chapters instead of 3, so I am now up to chapter 10. So I'm almost halfway through, which is great. So if I can only get one more chapter done tonight, that would still kind of be keeping me at an average of about 3 chapters a day. So I should still be able to finish it by the end of the week. But I will probably be able to get at least 2 more done tonight. I did stay up a little late last night editing, because I ended up doing an extra chapter and it was a longer chapter, but I'm really enjoying reading it. So, and then I've got writing in Across the Pond and outlining in Royal Romance, which if you missed the last vlog, I explained what the Royal Romance project is. That's the kind of working title slash kind of project name. I don't want to say code name. It's not a code name, but like project name, I guess, is what we can call it. So you can go back and watch that vlog, because that is where I talk about that. And yeah, lots of book work, lots of teaching work, but it's all good. I'm excited. I have laid out my yoga mat, so sometime before my department meeting, I think I'm going to go just take 5 minutes to step away from my desk, do some stretching, maybe do a guided meditation or something to kind of calm myself down a little bit. I feel like I'm getting to the end of the day and I am just really physically and emotionally, like mentally tense. Like my mind is tense from just all the thoughts from the day, and my body is tense from like holding on to all of those thoughts, but also from being stuck in this chair I bought this chair for my PhD dissertation, and overall it is really comfortable, but I kind of like a new office chair. I know I'm going to move eventually, and I also feel like I'm going to move across country. Like, I'm still thinking of DC or somewhere on the East Coast. You know, if I can't move overseas because of visa issues and whatnot, I at least want to move out of Arizona. And so the kind of office chair I want, I know will cost me at least $300, if not $400 or $500. So it's an expense I'm not sure I want to spend until I kind of figure out like where I'm landing as far as like longer term living arrangements. So yeah, but this chair is just kind of getting less comfortable by the month as I sit here with all of this writing that I do. Anyway, I need to get on the call with Tamsin and then get back to grading. But I will check with you guys later. Welcome to the new vlog. Welcome to a Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. I kind of have started liking Wednesdays and Thursdays. It just feels like after the busyness of Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday is when I kind of really get to knuckle down and like get a lot of work done. So I'm excited to see how much I get done today. I will check in with you guys later. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, it is now just after 6:30. Very tired, but things are going well. Yeah, I've just been editing Independent Hearts, so that's good. I got through chapter 12, so I've done 4 chapters today. I did chapter 9 this morning, I think. I got up through chapter 8 last night. So I did chapter 9 this morning, and then I've just done 10, 11, and 12. It goes fast because essentially I'm just reading and doing like a quick copy edit. I'm only making like really quick changes at this point and just making sure that like overall it's pretty good. Some people I know really work and edit their books before they send it out to betas. I kind of like sending my beta readers fairly kind of early drafts just to see what my initial idea is, and then usually if they're willing I'll have them read a second draft after I've made some changes. So like I can usually get my mom to read the book a couple times. My friend Janelle will read stuff whenever I want her to. So then I can kind of get their feedback on how they liked the changes and things like that. So I'm not trying to change a million things before I send this to the beta readers. I just want to clean up any like obvious mistakes, any obvious plot holes, that sort of thing, because I'm reading stuff now that I haven't really read since I wrote it in like February and March, early March. I think I started writing in like late January. So, you know, over the course of 3 months almost that I was writing this, there's stuff that's going to be near the end. You know, the chapters that I wrote near the end, I'm writing based on like memory of what I wrote at the beginning. Obviously, I go back and try to look at what I previously wrote if I'm trying to maintain certain continuity stuff. But I do, just to a certain extent, just write, and I tell myself I'll fix it when I'm editing. Because I know me, if I try editing as I go along, I will never finish a book. So that project's coming along. I'm more than halfway through this first kind of quick pass of editing. I did, I think, 4 chapters yesterday, and then I've done 4 chapters today. So I'm basically reading through as many chapters as I can, so that if tomorrow, for instance, I can only read 1 chapter, I'm still kind of on track to finish it by the weekend. My call with Tamsin went well, so I have sent her the files. So she and I are going to start proofreading everything. She's probably already started a bit. I'm going to start tomorrow because the time we spent on FaceTime was honestly more than the time I really can allot to that project anyway. So I'm already kind of overdone on the time for that project. So I'm just focusing on the other 3 now. So after I was done talking to her, I switched back to grading, got caught up on grading, got everything sorted out with the changes I'm having to make to the Digication assignment. So that's sorted, sent the announcement, reviewed a ton of drafts and email, had my department meeting, was emailing with other colleagues. So had a lot of teaching work, and then that finally wrapped up, and I've just been outlining and editing. So got 4 chapters edited. Like I said, that didn't take me that long because I'm just reading it. Outlining is coming along. I got another 900 something words written, and I currently have 2,845 words written in the project so far. And I don't have content written in every chapter. Some of my chapters on Scrivener are still just the note card icon because I've just put notes in the little index card section of Scrivener. I've kind of at least got the timeline mapped out, but I do have text, at least a sentence in every chapter except for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 still don't have anything written in them out of 23. So I've got at least 1 sentence in about 2/3 of the manuscript. And some of those sections, let me switch to manuscript view. Some of these sections I already have like 200, 300, 400 words written in. So that's really good. It's coming along quite a bit, and I'm enjoying it. I was getting some really good ideas for like what the conflict will be, because like it's one of the things I always start with when I'm outlining a book. Like, who are the characters? Who are the main characters? Who are some of the supporting secondary characters? What's the main conflict? And then the conflict in a story like this, this is kind of similar to Across the Pond in that it will have a slightly more complicated plot and conflict structure as opposed to Independent Hearts, which is a little bit more of a simplified storyline. But with everything I write, no matter how complicated I'm trying to make the plot, there's usually some kind of internal conflict for both of the main female character and the main male character. Like, what do they both want and what's holding each of them back from getting what they want? But then there's also some kind of like external conflict that's preventing them from getting what they want. So was feeling like yesterday I was like, I don't know what that conflict is going to be. And so like in my notes in the book, in my little notebook here, it's just things like center point, big crisis, climax, resolution. Because there's certain things, like there's certain structure to a book where like somewhere around the midpoint of the book there's some kind of big reveal of like the main conflict or something, and so everything's leading up to that point, and there's little kind of signs or smaller conflicts or crises that lead up to that, and then something kind of big has to happen in the middle of the book, and then it kind of starts to go down from there until you get to the climax and then the resolution, and then with everything I write, the happily ever after. I was finally getting some ideas today, working through like what I thought the conflict could be and what I thought was going to be kind of one of the internal conflicts or secondary conflicts. I think I'm actually going to make it the main conflict, and it works in really well with my plans for book 2 and book 3 of this series. So, you know, this is what I love about the outlining process, is just sitting here thinking about a problem and the answer finally comes to me, and it's just like, okay, this is what we're doing. So that was really exciting. So I made a lot of progress on that, and I've met that goal for the day. So that's great. I wrote 964 words, so I went a little over my goal of 934. I need to turn my lights on. Just realized, like, it's really dark facing this direction, and it's because that lamp isn't on. Ugh. I moved my squirrel lamp back here that was on the side table. I need to turn lights on over there. It is so dark over there. The sun is going down. But yeah, that project's coming along. So now it's just across the pond that I need to work on tonight. I need 1,046 words. So I'm going to take a break and have dinner. I'm almost done with chapter 3. I will definitely finish chapter 3 and start chapter 4. Which I've already like written half of chapter 4 as well. So won't quite finish chapter 4 tonight of Across the Pond book 3, but we'll finish chapter 3 and we'll probably get another little bit, 500 words in chapter 4. So yeah, need to work on that, but I'm going to take a break, watch the news, eat some dinner, relax, do my writing, and then get in bed. I need to read. I need to finish Once and Future Witches, because that library loan is going to end, I think, after this weekend. But I want to be done with this book before the weekend, because I want to read something else over the weekend. Okay, I'm going to go get on with all of this. I just looked across the pond. I already have 35,000 words in this project. I am loving the way that I have done the outlining process for this book. So I'm really hoping it works the same way with the Royal Romance project, because this has just been, it's been so easy writing this. It's been so easy writing Across the Pond. Knock on wood, it might not stay that way, but so far my outline has been so solid and so strong, and it has just made things a million times easier writing this one compared to writing the first 2 books, which were outlined, but especially, like, I can't compare it to book 1 because that was written over several years. Book 2 I outlined, but not to the same extent that I've outlined book 3. And so book 2, there were days where it was a lot harder to write. So anyway, I need to go turn some lights on. I think I'm going to get on the floor and do some yoga and some back stretches and do the foam roller. I've left my yoga mat out. Did some earlier today, but I think I need to do some more. And then I will get dinner going. So I'm going to go do all of that, and I will check with you guys tomorrow. Hello, welcome. It's finally Thursday. And I don't know what it is about Thursdays, because like I do work on Fridays. I work a lot on Fridays, but lately it feels like Thursdays have started to feel more like Fridays. I think it's because in my mind I lump Friday in with the weekend since it's part of the weekend vlogs. So yeah, it's strange. But it just feels like if I can just get to Friday, even though there's so much work that I always have to do on Friday, it just feels less daunting for some reason. I was up a little too late writing again, And then I started reading, and I was just gonna read like a chapter. And yeah, the Once and Future Witches is getting pretty good, and I couldn't put it down until almost 1 a.m. I should not be staying up that late. I really shouldn't. A part of me, though, is like being really bad and self-sabotaging, and is like, what does it really matter? You only have a few weeks left of the semester anyway, so like, what's the point of getting into a habit? And it's like, because even when I am on summer break, I do not need to be staying up until 1 a.m. It'll be easier though to go to sleep earlier because I'll have more time during the day to read and stuff, and that's part of what this is. I was reading an article that talked about revenge procrastination or something. It's basically where you stay up too late because you're trying to get back time that you lost during the day. Like, I get the concept, I do understand it, but like, I don't need to be doing it. I need to just be going to sleep on time. If I could just wake up at 7, I could let myself lay in bed for 30 minutes and read. So yeah, I need to just go to bed on time. But I did at least meet my goal for Across the Pond. So I met all of my book goals yesterday. But now it's a whole new day, and I get to start all over again with all of those goals. And I also have grading and drafts to review and a whole bunch of teaching stuff. It might not be as bad as I think though. So I've got therapy right now, literally right now, so I need to go. And then I will get to work with teaching stuff. So I've got my coffee, I've got therapy, then I'll teach. Hello! Okay, it is now after 6 sometime, past 6:30, so it is time to go sit down and relax. Yeah, just relax. I've gotten a bit of book work done. I need to do a little bit more proofreading of More Than Fate, if I can manage that tonight. I have done my editing for the day. I'm up through chapter 16. And then I got Across the Pond done, just did the bare minimum in that, but that's okay. I feel like all of this month is really just about doing the bare minimum. Just keep up with my goals, do as much as I can, and then once the semester is done and I can focus on writing full time, then I can like get caught up and get ahead and, you know, write more than the minimum goal and all of that stuff. So I did the minimum today, and that's okay. So all that's left is outlining in the Royal Romance Project. So that'll be fun. I will do that later this evening, probably. I need to like disconnect from book stuff for a while. I've been in all the other 3 worlds that I'm writing. So before I jump into that 4th world, I need a break. I find that one of the things I like about working on more than one project at a time is they're all in different stages. And so I'm doing some writing, I'm doing some outlining, some editing, some proofreading. Like it's all different work in each of the projects. So that helps. But it's also hard for me to jump from one to the next. And I find that I can edit and proofread immediately following like writing or outlining, but I can't, I need space between writing and outlining or outlining and writing. Like those are 2 tasks I can't do right back to back because those are active creation tasks that really use my imagination, and so my imagination will get too confused if I'm working on them back to back like that. So started with Across the Pond, wanted to get that done first, and then I will do my outlining a little bit later this afternoon, or this afternoon, a little bit later this evening, I will do the outlining. I started watching a documentary last night called The Greatest Art Robbery or something like that. It's new on Netflix. It's about the art robbery of the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston in 1990. And I've heard this story before. I think I started listening to a podcast about it, and I didn't get around to finishing the podcast series. It was like 10 episodes for the podcast. But this is a 4-episode Netflix series, docu-series. So started watching that last night, got through the first 2 episodes. So I'm going to finish the last 2 today or tonight, and then I'll do my outlining, and then I'm a little over an hour left in Once and Future Witches. So come back to the next vlog, the weekend vlog, and I will definitely finish it and give you an update on my final thoughts. I am enjoying it overall. So, Huga question. If you could go back in time and meet your 10-year-old self, what advice would you give yourself? And that's really hard because like I think about who I was and where I was when I was 10. 10 was just such a crazy time. So I think of the girl I was at 10 years old and then how life has turned out. Like what advice would I give? I mean, this is hard because like my advice would possibly then change so much. Part of me feels like I'd have to like keep it really simple and would just say like, trust the process. Like just trust that things will work out the way they're supposed to work out, because they always have. Even when it's felt like something wasn't working out, eventually whatever resulted from something not working out ended up being just as good, if not better, than what the original plan would have been, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think that's what I would say. Just trust that things will be okay. Trust that it'll be okay would be the advice I would give. So what advice would you give to your 10-year-old self if you could go back in time? Let me know in the comments. Give the vlog a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. All of that good stuff. I would really appreciate that as well. Yeah, I'm gonna go relax. I've got dinner that I need to put together. So I need to get to that, stop procrastinating, and yeah, I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!